wrestling fans? I'm here with the one and only Jameson himself, my friend, John Giacomo. John, thank you, my friend.
Michael, it's always good to be with you.
You know, it's great to come to these events, and for someone like me, my age, I get such a nostalgic feeling. You know, that's what people are here for. Can you believe people remember Jameson all
No.
these years later?
No, I can't believe, but that's what wrestling fans are all about. I mean, I have more appreciation for wrestling fans now that they still come out to see me than I had when I was actually doing Jameson on TV.
Right.
You know, I wasn't a big wrestling fan, so I didn't really understand. I was just going, to me it was another acting job.
Sure.
And didn't have the love, have the love of the fan in my mind. It wasn't until years later, like 20 years later, 25 years later, now it's 30 years ago,
Wow.
30, more than that, oh my God. I must be in my 60s now.
Let me do the math.
Yeah.
Something like
What's
that.
it? Count.
What can you tell us about the legend himself, Bobby the Brain Heenan?
Just the best. The guy he could have been in Hollywood instead of doing wrestling, but wrestling was his love, but he was talented enough that he could have been in movies and on TV. He was just, and we had such a great time together, off camera, even on camera. There were a lot of times where I would make him break character. I would make him laugh, and we'd have to reshoot it because he hated me.
Right.
He hated me. But yeah, it was great. It was great. Bobby, such a pro, miss him dearly.
Any favorite skits? Any favorite memories?
Just the Bobby the Brain Heenan show, the Bobby Heenan show.
Right.
Every episode was funny. We and there was one moment we had in the Macho Man's bachelor party that was on prime time, where I cracked him up, where they had us.
Did you have like dollar bills or something? Were you like paying the strippers or something?
I don't think so. I made a comment about the Bushwhackers came in with a raw fish sandwich, a 6-foot hero with real fish on it, the whole fish. And as they were carrying it, one fell on the floor, and when the stripper was saying goodbye, waving goodbye, I said, "Lady, you forgot your fish." And I threw it to her. And Bobby was like, he just like lost it, and we had to reshoot.
Anything sticks in your mind about working with Vince McMahon?
Vince was really good to me, and every time my contract ended, he would tell me, "Stick around, we're gonna have something else in the works for you." And especially when primetime ended and it went to Raw, it was live events.
Right.
I had to go on the road because everything was shot at the arenas, and I wasn't a fan of going on the road, but I did it because he was like, he put me with the Bushwhackers. That was, I felt so bad for them that they're going to be saddled with Jameson.
Yeah.
But, they were real good to me, and they said, "No, you're helping us back into the main events,"
right.
and stuff. So that was, I just remember Vince as always being supportive, and he was getting a lot of flack from some of the old timers that were around helping him create and match make and all that stuff.
Protecting their business?
Yeah, they were like, they didn't feel like Jameson was a wrestling character, and I really wasn't. But Vince was like, "We need your humor. We need Bobby to be able to bounce off you." And so it was good. He was a fan, and that was great for me, that he was a fan. That's how I got paid.
Yeah. The Berserker's right over there.
Oh, I'm not talking to him since he threw me off the roof. I got my son. You see the size of my son.
Yeah.
He'll take him down.
John, thanks so much for today. Thanks for everything.
Brother.
Thanks for
Big hugs.
all the years of fun you've given
man.
the wrestling fans. Thank you, John.